Okay, bear with me as my hand is a little shaky as well as my voice, but we're gonna get through this little presentation. So my topic is exercise, also known as ECE, is evidence-based practice. It's used for reducing challenging behaviors and increasing engagement, but it is also used for much more than that. It's just not for behavior management, it also supports school readiness, motor skills, and academic benefits. However, the outcomes of the practices vary by age. So for behavior, school readiness, motor skills, and academics, it supports it from age range 0 to 14. It does not have any support for practices after the age of 15. For kids with autism, study shows that vigorous activity for more than 20 minutes can help decrease stereotypical behaviors, hyperactivity, and aggression. Exercise that only helps children with autism better engage in the environment, but also promotes weight loss and leads to better overall health. So here's a couple of examples of great activities to do with students with autism: bear crawls, the medicine ball slams, star jumps, arm circles, and mirror activities. I also included a link of YouTube videos that kind of show you how to do these things, and a couple of other exercises that are really just that heavy work for kids with autism. My student. So for the purpose of this, the student's name is going to be Grayson. He is going to be a 16-year-old student in a high school Montefiore classroom. He is diagnosed with ID and high anxiety. He also has sensory needs and often asks for pressure. He needs frequent movement breaks and has been observed to stand and complete a simple movement routine due to hyperactivity. When Grayson needs a break, he will engage in aggressive behaviors such as hitting, biting, kicking, pulling, and pulling hair. These behaviors increase on days where exercise is not available. So the FBA was done using a ABC chart, and honestly, it showed that there was a wide range of antecedents. However, the consequence side of the ABC chart gave the team our information that led us to believe that the behavior was actually due to a need for movement. The ABC chart also showed that when he was able to release a buildup of energy, and at the same time getting the pressure desired from the inmate be captured, those needs were fulfilled and Grayson would calmly walk back to his seat. So after doing the FBA and doing the ABC chart, even though that Grayson technically is too old for the age range for exercise, because of his individualized need, the team went ahead and just figured that we would try it out. Other behavior techniques had failed. So we just went ahead and tried exercise and additional movement breaks to see if that would help Grayson's behavior. Did I skip the goal? Yes, here's the goal. So by March 2021, when given no more than one verbal prompt, Grayson will use verbal communication for the purpose of requesting a movement break 4 out of 5 opportunities, with 80% accuracy as measured by classroom charted data and observation. To implement the goal, before he begins to engage in aggressive behaviors, Grayson will often pat his legs. This is an indicator to staff that he may be in need of a movement break or that he is getting worked up and looking to be aggressive. So using ABI practices, the team will recognize when Grayson may need a break and offer gestural or verbal prompts to Grayson that it may be time for a movement break. The team and Grayson will also cover social stories on how to request and wants appropriately. As we implement intervention, the team will begin to implement extinction and reward Grayson for the movement breaks when he requests appropriately. I'm sorry, the screen is like tweaking out on you guys. Grayson's behavior. So this is just a chart without exercise. His behaviors were really high. When we did exercise in the morning, barely any difference. With midday, barely any difference. But when we did both morning and midday, he wasn't 100% better, but his behaviors did decrease dramatically. So here's a vague lesson plan on requesting. So we would need the desired items, the icon, the social stories, the AAC devices if needed. The teacher will engage by picking volunteers to help with reading, acting out the social stories upon request. Students will volunteer. Students and team will take turns reading the social story and acting them out. The teacher will play and have preferred classroom items. With needed prompting, students will request for a desired item and will be rewarded for requesting in the appropriate manner. As the lessons continue, staff and settings and desired items will be varied to increase generalization. Oh no! What if Grayson continues the aggressive behavior and the benchmark is not made? My plan would be to give Grayson another FBA assessment to reevaluate his function. Depending on the results, I would choose the according EBP. The affirmed EBP assessment would be the tool of choice. In my references,